Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Anyone knows who started Toastmasters globally? Dr. Ralph Smedley. 100 years before, in the same month of October, he published the advertise in local newspaper and informed about the first meeting, and the enthusiastic businessman and education specialist, they turned into as an audience. 24 newcomers joined the first meeting in the basement of YMCA clubs area. In last 100 years, 8 million of Toastmasters, 148 countries worked with Toastmasters International. But this journey was not that much easy. First club started in October 1924. It took 2 years to start the second club in nearby city, California. It took 11 years to came out of USA, and the first international club was in London, England. The journey of first 11 years and the journey from last 100 years. The presence of Toastmasters, where we provide positive experience. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting into the greater self-confidence and personal growth. The core values of Toastmasters are respect for individual, integrity, service to the members, and dedication, excellence. There are 3 ground rules. First, I will request you all to keep your phone on silent mode or turn it off. Those who already did, thanks. The second thing, whenever the stage is active, please try to avoid the distracting movements. The taboo topics are sex, religion, and politics. Now, it's time to welcome you all for 582nd meeting of Lagoon Toastmasters Club, and I want to invite the club president, Toastmaster Kader Miran, on a stage.
There is no secret to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Quote by Colin Powell. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I relate this quote. When I quote this one, I remember my first icebreaker in Toastmasters. And from 2013, I have been with this quote. I have learned a lot with the hard work and learning from failures. And this is the secret of my success. Where I stand in this podium as a president of the club, this is the secret to success. And I can say everyone sitting in this room as a Toastmaster have this, the qualities from this quote have taken to this level. And with this, I declare the meeting is open, and for the benefit of the guest, Toastmaster International is a non-profit organization started in the year 1924 by Dr. Ralph Smedley, and overall 144 countries have Toastmasters, more than 280,000 members around the world, and in UAE more than 150 clubs with 3,000 members. And Lagoon has a legacy of hosting a world champion in the year 2013, Miss Shuruk Al-Banna. She was the 3rd runner-up. And Toastmaster has been in all the corporate companies around the world. And with this, I can see some new faces today. Can I have your name?
Hi, good evening, Toastmaster. I'm dear guest.
How did you come to know about Toastmasters? Your name?
Yeah, my name is Riaz.
Okay.
So I am working in the banking sector. So Mr. Nilesh, he was my friend. So I come to know the Toastmaster through him. So I would like to continue with this join to the Toastmaster group.
So welcome. So yeah.
My name is Fawaz. This is actually my third session.
Okay.
So I met a lot of, this is the first time I think I'm meeting you.
Okay. Last time I was.
So I work in a company called Mindless Corporate Services. So that's all.
We have one more guest. Actually, he's joining today. He came here for a couple of meetings.
Yeah,
He's a timer as well.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Ashik. I'm coming from Sharjah. I'm a sales engineer in a firefighting company. This is my third session in Toastmasters, and I'm planning to. I have already planned to join today. With
Welcome. And today we have presence of our dignitaries, especially our area director, Riyan. And our past president and the founder, M.K. Rajat sir, and our past president, Sunita Kumar, and our past president, Mohammad Rashid. And with this, I declare the meeting is open.
1 minute. Nilesh was telling it is 148 countries. You said it is 144
44.
countries.
It was 144 countries. This was the last research.
Whoever is wrong, correct.
No, it was the last research from this one.
It's okay.
It is more than 144.
No, both
So it can be 148.
44 plus.
both should
More
agree.
than 144 can be 148.
Exactly.
Plus.
I also heard before 148. That's why. Anyway, agree.
Yes.
Second runner-up.
So with this, I want to invite a person who is very energetic, passionate, and joined the Toastmaster in the last 2 years, and very dedicated, and always on the meeting to take any roles. And I would like to invite the star of the evening, Toastmaster Ananthu.
Thank you. Thank you, President. And good evening, all of you.
Good evening.
Welcome to meeting number 582 of Lagoon Toastmasters Club. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the meeting called Leader in You. You all wanted to find the leader in you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we are here today. See, my understanding about a leader, if you are a good leader, your business and your company will be having a competitive advantage. And always remember, a good leader or the effective leader should be a good communicator as well. That's what we are here. And always think about one thing. All the decisions what you are making as a leader, there are people behind it. So you should be concise about your decisions. That makes you a great leader. With this, I would like to tell you about my story or my leader or a leader who has inspired or moved me. I was not a big fan of, or I was not following Mahatma Gandhi at all in my childhood days. My inspired leader is none other than Mahatma Gandhi, and it's my privilege to say it today because it's his birthday. During my early teenage days, my father was a great follower of Mahatma Gandhi. So I had a doubt due to the action movies inspirations. I had this question in my mind, and I went to my father and asked why we moved with this ahimsa movement in the freedom fight. We should have fight against all these people or East India Company. And he told me a story. He said during 1947, then the Viceroy of India, Lord Mountbatten, he went to Sabarmati Ashram to meet Mahatma Gandhi. It was without any notice. Mahatma Gandhi was busy resolving the dispute between two farmers group over there. And Mountbatten went there. Mahatma Gandhi was busy. He was like discussing with these farmers. So Mountbatten sent his assistants to inform Mahatma Gandhi about his arrival. He waited there for like 1 hour. Mahatma Gandhi didn't show up. Again, he sent somebody else to inform Mahatma Gandhi that Lord Mountbatten is here. After like 1.5 hours, Mahatma Gandhi showed up and said, I was busy resolving the disputes between these farmers. He said, I was waiting for 1.5 hours. He said, Mahatma Gandhi said, yeah, that was important for me. That was not acceptable by Mountbatten. And he said, with his all ego, he said, Mr. Gandhi, I'm the Viceroy of this country. Mahatma Gandhi smiled and replied, but the country belongs to me. This story moved me. This story made me to understand about Mahatma Gandhi as a leader. As a leader, always should have an empathetic approach. And my father again said, if the independence movement was a bloodshed fight, then the half of the world still think that was kind of like the India or the whoever there conquer it, or the half of the world might have think that it should have been belonged to others or East India Company. But since this was a ahimsa movement, so the whole world believed that yes, it was the right time to give the independence for the country. And Mahatma Gandhi then said, a sign of a good leader is not how many followers you create, how many leaders you make. Now we are in a world where like we count leaders, or we grade leaders based on the number of Twitter followers. However, he always said one thing: the world has enough resources to satisfy everyone's need, but no one's greed. There are 6 common leadership styles which is described by the Harvard universities. And remember, all the leaders should have all the 6 leadership styles. We don't say that you may be exhibiting one of it as a greater percentage, but all the leaders should have all the 6 leadership styles. First is autocratic, second is visionary, third is affiliative, and fourth one is democratic, and fifth one is pace setting, the last one is coaching. I'll get into each of the leadership style in the coming sessions, but the quality of whatever the styles of leadership you have, the quality of each leadership style is effective communication. You should be an effective communicator to be a good leader, right? With this, I would like to check on any change in the agenda. Yeah, there's only one change in the agenda. That is, instead of Nilesh being the timer, Ashik, he's a new Toastmaster. He joined today, and give a great round of applause. Let me go to the next section. Word master of the day. We need to learn as a leader. We need to have we need to increase our vocabulary, and we have somebody to help us out tonight, Mr. Abe. And I would like to say about Toastmaster Abe. This is his second meeting, and the first meeting he's taking up the role. It's really good. Yeah. Abe. Toastmaster Abe, his favorite leader is Steve Jobs, and he believes all the leaders should have empathetic attitude. And I still really don't know Steve Jobs and empathetic attitude, how it is really working out, but all the way is going.
Good evening, Toastmaster guest. Good evening. Today's word of the day is the meticulous. The meaning is showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. This is in line to the today's theme of leader in you. So synonyms is diligent, thorough, exact and precise, and antonyms is careless, negligent and inaccurate. Example is that my meticulous planning ensured that every aspect of the event ran smoothly without a hitch. So
that's it. Okay. Thank you, Abhi. Let's move into round robin. I wanted to break the conventional mode of round robin, so I tried to introduce a new way today. I'm giving a privilege for each of you to understand the people, the persons sitting next to you. You can choose whoever it is, left or right. Next 1 minute or 30 seconds to 1 minute, you can talk to the adjacent person who is sitting near to you, and discuss with him about his favorite leader and the favorite leadership style. And next 2 minutes, we will be having the round robin. You will be discussing about the other person. Okay? Let's have something new. Okay, the meetings. The time starts now.
Favorite leader? You tell me. Let me.
My
Shivaji.
because of reason engineering means at least 1 decade ahead you can see the he was seeing things only that time. What about you?
I'm someone who watches football a lot. I'm a Messi fan, so I see him as a great leader. From that,
With which quality?
coaching, yeah, because the Argentine national team was very broken for a long time, and he took the initiative to install every teammate. And now they have already 4 trophies in their cap.
Another 10 seconds.
What about you, man?
When I think of I love the Indira movie, the PepsiCo, because whenever I hear from her, it's very inspiring and it's do well in my career. Coaching. Because
She's autocratic.
autocratic means she take decision without anyone else.
Taking care of everyone and
Yeah, I like that style also. I am also.
Because she's the master.
Yeah, I like that because
All right,
if you
time
think
up.
you are right, you can do go ahead.
Hello.
You can coach someone.
Hello.
But I feel like
President. Yes.
what is affiliative and pace setting? You did not explain.
Yeah, I'll explain it
You
in the
don't
later
know.
stage. I'll explain it to the later stage. It's coming up. All right.
Inspire. You say inspire.
Okay.
Inspire.
So who is taking the first step? Round robin. Yeah, Nilesh. Okay.
As per Ashik, his leader is Messi, Lionel Messi from Argentina.
Okay.
Because since from last 3-4 years, he coached several players in his team, as well as from last 3-4 years, they bagged for 4 trophies. That's it.
Okay. Next one. Next.
30 seconds.
Who's taking? Yeah.
Yes, TM Rashid, leader is leader.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's saying why he is believing in his is very productive, and he believes 8 hours is enough to complete the task if you are working productively, and then you need to spend your time with family. And also he is a project manager who has completed a lot of railway projects in India on a timely manner.
That's great. Okay. Rajendra. President.
The leadership, his favorite leader was APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay. He is very simple, humble, to express the bigger picture of anything. He is very connected to, very down to earth, connected to the students. That is how he is. That's great.
Yeah, Karthik.
Actually, Abdul's favorite leader is his ex-boss,
Alright.
because he doesn't show any biasness among his teammates and so on. So when it comes to some sort of increment and something, he shows meticulous attention towards the contribution, and then he gives appraisal. So that's why he likes him very much.
Well, yeah, Abdul.
So Karthik Tulkar was another good is very famous for everyone. So according to him, he is the one who will take the decisions precisely, and he likes the leadership like coolness. The way he handles the team.
Yeah.
As per the Shafiq opinion, one of the greatest leader was the Jodhila, ex-CEO of the Astra company. So he was very democratic person, as well as he was very good to coaching the other colleagues. So we take the opinion from all his team members, and he gave the right approach how to proceed with the further.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So we have time?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Rajesh.
So our person's father's favorite leader is Sheikh Rashid bin Maktoum, Sheikh Rashid and Sheikh bin Maktoum, who is the father of Sheikh Mohammed. And his style of leadership is, of course, visionary. So what Dubai was and what Dubai is right now that we are enjoying is because of that particular one leader. So we should celebrate it.
Okay. So I think with this, we had an enjoy the round robin, and we get to understand the person sitting next to you. This is important as a leader. Okay. So with this, I think we can move into the most favorite session of Toastmasters. Before that, I think I can help you out on understanding about the autocratic leadership. See, what is autocratic leadership? There are leaders rule the world in certain point of time, by way or highway. Even with a certain organization, there are people with my way or highway. This kind of leadership is autocratic leadership. And they have a clear hierarchy systems, and they respect the hierarchy system. And if you are going beyond this hierarchy systems, they don't like it. You will be fired. And what is the advantage? These people will set the goals, and they will achieve in a correct point of time. In a short period of time, they will be achieving it. In a goal set perspective, it is a good leadership skill. And if you are working with these kind of leaders, you will be always busy. You don't think about work-life balance. You will be always busy. You will be on a task all the time. And what is the disadvantage? They always abuse the power, as I mentioned. If you work differently on the hierarchy system, you will be fired. This is the disadvantage of the autocratic leadership style. With this, we will move to the important section of Toastmasters meeting. What is it? Prepared speeches. Okay. Let me welcome the first speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Wahab. Okay. So Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Wahab, his favorite leader is, as he mentioned earlier, his ex-boss, and he have a concise approach to every, all the decisions he was making. So his favorite leader is his ex-boss. Let me welcome Toastmaster Karthik Shiva for reading out his objectives.
Good evening, everyone. So, Abdul Wahab has been doing his level 1 speech 2 in motivational strategy. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methodology and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic.
Right. Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Wahab. The speech title is Global Warming. Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Wahab, stage is yours. Okay.
Morning.
Have you felt that this summer was hotter compared to the last year or the previous years?
Yes.
Same like in the coming the winter and the rainy. For sure it will be more colder and more rainy. Even it will be like floods which we have seen last year in UAE. This is happening only because of the effects of global warming. Good evening, Toastmasters and the guest.
Good evening.
I believe everyone is aware and heard the name global warming because it's going on from last many years. In school times also we have heard about the name of global warming. So today I want to explain in an easy way. I have categorized my speech in 4 so that it will be easy to understand in a lesser time. First we'll understand what is global warming. Then we'll understand from last 10 years the data analysis and from the help of chart in deep how it's affecting all over the world. Third, we'll take the precautions and the steps to be taken to control this global warming. And finally, we'll conclude the speech. So let's start the global warming. Global warming is nothing but it's a rise or increase in the Earth's surface temperature due to human activities. What is this human activities? Human activities is nothing but it's a day-to-day what we are doing. Like for example, electricity, which we are using in our homes. Then transportation, like vehicles, cars, which all over around us. Like deforestation, cutting the trees. Then industrial processes and agriculture practices. For fulfilling these activities, there is a result of emission of greenhouse gases. What is this greenhouse gases? Greenhouse gases is nothing but it's a burning of fossil fuels, like burning of coal, burning of oil, and burning of natural gases. Once you burn these gases, there is an emission of carbon dioxide and methane. When you learn the properties of carbon dioxide, it will trap the heat in the atmosphere. Once it traps the heat, it prevents the heat escaping into the space. That's the reason it's increasing the surface of the earth, increasing the surface of the earth. Now the question comes, what will happen if the surface of the earth is increasing? Once the surface of the earth increasing, there is a melting of ice mountains, which results in increasing the sea level of the water sea level, which results in like storms, floods, and heat waves we are seeing all over the world. I have made a chart to understand more clearly in deep. If you see this red line graph, the 2 degrees Celsius is the maximum temperature which according to the research they have come up. This is a graph I have made analyzing of last 10 years what happened for the surface of Earth. When you go back to 2013, the Earth temperature was 0.65 degrees Celsius. If you see the last year, 2023, the Earth temperature is 1.18 degrees Celsius. According to the research, after there is a body called NOAA, which is nothing but it's a National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. According to them, if the Earth temperature reaches to 1.5 degrees Celsius, if it's above that one, that means it will be irreversible climate change. That means we cannot come back to the atmosphere what we are living today. So I can say once it will reach more than 1.5, that means it will be a worst impact on our Earth. At last, like when it reaches the 2 degrees Celsius, that means we cannot stay in this Earth. And according to them, the way the temperature is increasing every year, according to the research, they came to the conclusion that in the year, if you have not controlled, if you have not taken any steps to control that one, in the year, in the between of 2040 to 2050, it will reach to the temperature of 2 degrees Celsius, which everyone has to be taken up very seriously. Next, I will say like what precautions and steps we have to follow so that we can control our temperature below this 1.5 degrees Celsius. First, I will say the greenhouse gases, what I have discussed. How we can reduce these greenhouse gases. We have to change our day-to-day activities. For example, like we are using cars, which is normal cars, IC engine cars. We have to shift to energy hybrid cars or electric cars. And in our homes, we are using electricity. That in our homes, we have to utilize with solar. And we have to start planting trees. If we are convenient to go office, better to use a public transport. And apart from that, if you are going for small distance, better to use a bicycle, which can be good for environment as well as for your health as well. Then second, I can say agriculture, forest and planting trees. The trees are the one who absorb the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So like when you have more trees, that means it absorb the carbon dioxide and we can have the healthier air around our surrounding. And the third, I can say it's energy efficiency. Whenever you buy any electronic items, better to choose with a high rated star rating. Because once you take some item which is more star rated, that means it's a less power consumption. And now in UAE also you will see there are many regulations like green building regulations, sustainable city. So what UAE has implemented, whenever there is any product, either it's buying locally, producing locally or exporting from outside, it has to be energy efficient so that there will be no much distraction in the environment. And fourth, I can say like government has to implement more funds to get new technologies so that we can reduce the carbon dioxide around the atmosphere. And then I will say the conclusion that public awareness, like we are listening here, and education, especially among the children, is mandatory to prevent our planet and also for the future generation. Thank you.
Let's give a great round of applause to Mohammed. It was a great educational session. We get to know about the global warming. Second, I would like to say something. You know how many leaves are required to generate the oxygen required for a human being per day? 10,000. It's between 9,000 to 10,000 leaves are required. So how many plants are required to, even animals also require oxygen. So how many plants are required to sustain this planet? So deforestation is a big issue. I think we will, we all will take a courageous steps for it. With this, let's put the PPT. Next one. Right. Okay. So let's discuss about the next style of leadership, which is visionary leaders or visionary leadership style. I think one of the great example where Kader Miran's, the inspired leader or favorite leader is the greater example for it. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. These leaders will be like breaking the rules, creating, accepting the new ideas and building the future. That's kind of leadership style is visionary leadership styles. there are, like as I mentioned, there are advantages as well as disadvantages for each leadership styles. The qualities are they refuse the traditional styles, they will break the traditional styles and get into the new style of business. Advantages is whenever you come up with a new idea, they will buy it. If it is a workable idea, they will buy it. Okay, that's the example of the win. And disadvantages, fundamentally there will be like a lot of conflicts between with the bureaucracies, because bureaucracies likes to go with the traditional system of business. If you are going to break it, there will be a lot of issues with this. That's a disadvantage of this leadership style. With this, we'll move into the next speaker. We have Toastmaster Mohammed Shafir with a title Sweet Spot. Let me welcome Toastmaster Mohammed Shafir. Toastmaster Mohammed Shafir, his favorite leader is Jobil Wagachan. He was the CEO of Astra Medicity Group, right? Astra Pharmacy Group. And his style of leadership is understanding and coaching. This is his favorite style of leadership. I would like to call up Toastmaster Rajesh Kumar to read out the
Kumar.
Rajesh Krishna, sorry, I mentioned Rajesh Kumar here. Rajesh Krishna to read out the objective of Toastmaster Mohammed Shafir.
Toastmaster Mohammed Shafir is doing his project on research and presentation. It's his speech 2, level 3. The purpose of his project is for the members to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech for any topic. All the best.
Okay. All the very best.
The best way to predict your future is to create it. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening. Have you ever felt a burning desire to start your own business or services?
Every day training itself, they will not doing this.
Okay, great. Entrepreneurship is a journey. It's a self-reflection and a passion of yours with a relentless pursuit of dream. Everyone thinking about having their own business or service. But whenever we think about that, the $1 million question will come. What should I do? What is the something appropriate to me? What is the best thing I should do? So, based on my recent learnings, I thought I will research this topic and explain to this meeting. So the best thing someone can do is that do something from your own sweet spot. So then next question will come, what is sweet spot? Sweet spot is nothing but a personal brilliance. Sweet spot is something that when you look yourself, you can find it. Sweet spot is something that whenever you are on your sweet spot, you will not feeling tired, you'll not feeling bored, you'll be having an extra energy when you are in sweet spot. When, always the people, they will come and ask you about that something in yourself. They know that you are expert in this matter. They know that you know better than anyone on this particular subject. And they always appreciate about you on that particular matter. That is called sweet spot. So make a list of sweet spot and think about that, what can be converted to a money-making model. That is very important in the business. The business is all about making money. So find out your sweet spot and think about what can be converted to a money-making model. Once you have got that list, then there is a triple E test: experience, expertise, and empathy. The experience you have, the expertise you got, and the empathy you always carry. The knowledge you acquired, your long service experience. Empathy is very important. what is empathy in business or empathy in a person? When you done a speech and you are going to Toastmaster Sunita, she will give you a wonderful feedback. She will give you a value of information. Once she given to that, more than you, she will be happy because she shared her knowledge. That is called empathy. So once you find out your sweet spot, once you have your EEE test, then you think about what is the basic human wants. Basic human wants of people. That is power, that is money, and that is sex. Power, education, real estate, money, investment, savings, then sex, intimacy, love, affection, special occasions, marriage. These are all things are the basics human wants. So then when you are connecting your speech spot, your expertise, connecting with the basic human wants, this can be converted to a successful money-making model. And also, whenever you review, people spend money during the transition time of their life. When you are getting married, you will not negotiate for the blazer you are going to purchase. The pajama, you will not negotiate, you spend the money. When you bought a new car, that's the time you change your seat cover. That's the time you put, like the window tinting, the ceramic lining. So you will not think about spending money on that time. You will spend massively because that's the transition time of your life. So people spend at their transition time of their life. And also people spend the money for their want, not for their need. For need, we need a basic phone. But why everybody need iPhone? Because that's the one people want. People spend money for their want, not for their need. So once you find out your sweet spot, you find out your experience, expertise, and empathy, then you understand basic requirement, then you can find out, okay, this is something which will be a good thing to do for me. Let me conclude. Business, its success, it will not come overnight. It needs hard work, dedication, and passion. It needs a meticulous effort in everything you do. So whenever you are in trouble, you improve your capabilities, your knowledge, and your experience. Try to be a big fish in a small pond, not a small fish in a big pot. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Shafiq. I learned something new. EEE. I was thinking like EEE, electrical and electronics engineering. So it is experience, expertise, and empathy. It's a new thing for me, and it was really good. You said about the breaking the comfort zone and creating the new things. It's really that is one of the quality of leadership.
Time is.
Yeah. Right. So no. Before this. Yeah. So the next style of leadership is a democratic leadership style. What is the advantage of a democratic leadership style? Is like they always take the concerns of others. They take the opinion of others. They are always concerned about the opinion of others. It is really difficult to move on or break the current status quo. That's real difficulties of this leadership style. If somebody asks, like in a general, to someone about the kind of leadership style they like, is this one. But with this leadership style, it is very difficult to move on the current status quo. That's really difficult. We see, we always say in a general, all the leaders should have a democratic leadership style. With the democracy, the world will not move on, in my opinion. I'm not saying democracy in the politics. I'm saying that democracy in the leadership style, it will not move on. So with this, I would like to take the timers report from Toastmaster Ashik.
Hello everyone. Toastmaster Muhammad Abdul Wahab took 7 minutes and 46 seconds.
Okay.
And Toastmaster Muhammad Shafi took 5 minutes and 47 seconds only. I think one of them was meticulous to the time, and unfortunately, only one is qualified.
Yes. Right?
No.
7:42. So no need of voting.
No.
7 minutes 45 seconds. Okay. So no need of voting. We know the result. With this, we'll go for a break, short break, 5 minutes break. Before that, we'll go for our photo.
Isn't it like the Japanese will clean up when we do that?
Yeah.
That was a good message.
Even today, they complain to board. They raise the complaint.
Correct. We should do that. Rajesh sent out a very nice message that day. Correct. We should do that.
Japanese fans football change
30 seconds. Start in 30 seconds. Welcome back. Easy. Alright. Translating the energy to you.
Hail Hitler.
You are sleepy. So, the next style of leadership is pace-setting leadership. Got it? The next style of leadership is pace-setting leadership. So, what is? That's it. Keep quiet. That's it.
Authoritative leadership. Autocratic. Yeah, autocratic leadership.
That was not planned, but this has happened. This is what will happen if you are not focusing on the meeting. Right. Okay. Let's get back to the meeting. So, as I mentioned, next style of meeting is pace-setting. Pace-setting leaders. Pace-setting leaders, they will not be creating anything new. They will be like setting the current status and maintaining it. They are very good in maintaining it. And I'll give you an example about pace-setting leaders. When in my business, I set a new car care system of business with one of the leading car distributors in a distributor in Oman. And one of the manager over there, he's kind of like a pace-setting manager, and he create an incentive structure which is generally in the market. He create an incentive structure to whoever is selling the car care system, and it was a big success. Then the new manager gets in, he cancelled it, so it failed. The company was making a revenue of somewhere around $300,000. It's become a zero, become a big zero. That's the characteristics of a pace-setting leadership style. With this, let's move into the most exciting session of a Toastmaster meeting, which is table topics. For table topics, we have a seasoned Toastmaster today, Toastmaster Francisco. For the benefit of guest, table topics is a session. Even the guest and the Toastmasters will be having the opportunity to toss your impromptu speaking skills. And let me welcome with a great round of applause Toastmaster Francisco. Francisco, the stage is yours.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
I'm your table topic master for this evening, and in this topic, as TMOD said, both the guests and the members have the equal opportunity to practice their impromptu speaking. Now, impromptu speaking develops the skills of listening, thinking, organizing, and speaking. Okay, in this session, I will be calling out to the person, a speaker, and he will have to speak for a minimum of 2 minutes. At 1 minute, our timer will flash a green light, and at 1 minute 30 seconds, he will flash an amber light. At 2 minutes he will flash the red light. To summarize your speech, you will be given a grace time of 30 seconds. Wherein, to be qualified, you will have to speak for a minimum 1 minute and less than 2 minutes 30 seconds. Shall we start? Yes. So, may I invite our DTM Toastmaster M.K. Rajan. Do you believe leadership is an inborn ability or something that can be learned and developed over time? M.K. Rajan, do you believe leadership is an inborn ability or something that can be learned and developed over time?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Leadership is an inborn quality or it can be developed. If it cannot be developed, why we are standing here? Why we are every 14 days? So definitely, I believe that you can develop your, or you can develop unique. Develop the skills of leadership if it is trained properly. Definitely, if you have an inborn talent, it will help a lot to develop the skill in a short time. Otherwise, it may take a little more time. So, Ralph Smedley has seen this one as vision. Was a visionary who understood this long back, and he started the Toastmasters Club to develop the communication and leadership skills. Of course, communication is an important part of leadership. So, overall, I will say that leadership can be developed. You require a platform for that one. You require proper mentoring for that one. We are doing that. With that one, definitely it can be developed, and you can be a leader, and you can be a visionary leader, or you can be a successful leader in due course. Over to you.
Next, can I invite our guest, Toastmaster Riyaz? Toastmaster Riyaz, what qualities do you believe are essential for a great leader? Again, what qualities do you believe are essential for a great leader?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Today is my first day. I am standing in front of you. Actually, I am a person who had little fear and little nervous while talking. Okay, but today the subject is what the quality we need for a good leader. As per my understanding, a leader should have a lot of qualities. Especially, he should be a listener. He should have a listening while the others talking him. He should be a listener. You have to understand what they are telling, and apart from listener, he should be an empathic approach. Okay, and accordingly, he can give the proper response to the people. How to deal with in a circumstance of for a critical situation will come. As a leader will talk his colleagues or his subordinates, whoever he is dealing with. So in a very well humanistic way, and he should learn from all the inputs from the other subordinates. and he can give a solution. That that sometimes maybe the colleagues maybe they will accept it, maybe they won't accept it, but he should tell in a sugarcoating way, so the people they won't feel that much hurting. That way he can manage his the colleagues and subordinates. That is my personal experience. Okay, thank you.
Next, can I invite Sunita?
Long time.
What advice would you give someone who is stepping into their first leadership role? I repeat myself. What advice would you give someone who is stepping into their first leadership role?
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Now, this is a regular scene at home. I've got 2 sons, and my elder son has just become a team manager, and he finds it very difficult because he is not a very social person. So he keeps telling me, I can manage the technology part, but people management is something I find very hard to do. And I give a lot of advice, unsolicited advice. I forget that he is no longer a child, that he does not need to hear. He has to make his mistakes and learn. But I keep giving him advice. And yesterday, I told him something. He keeps complaining every day. I've got so much work to do. They are not doing anything. I have so much tension. So I said, you have to learn to delegate. Why are you barking when you have dogs? I asked him that. And he got so mad. He said, how many years have you worked? Knowing very well that I worked just for a year in my life. So he said, how many years have you worked? What advice are you giving me? I better speak to Dad. He is better at giving advice. I said, I have looked after you all. I brought you all up. What more do I need? He said, first and foremost, don't give advice. That is the most important thing. You just listen to me ranting and raving. That's all I want. I said, okay. So yesterday night I decided that I am not going to give any more advice to people about it. But the thing is, tomorrow when he calls me up and he says something, it is in my nature to advise. So I'll go back to advising him. Depending on the problem that he talks about tomorrow, I will definitely have some nice advice to give him. Over to you.
Next, can I invite Fawaz, Toastmaster Fawaz? Toastmaster Fawaz, what is the most difficult decision you have had to make as a leader, and what did you learn from it? I repeat myself. What is the most difficult decision you have had to make as a leader, and what did you learn from it?
Hi, good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
The topic here is what is the difficult decision which I ever have made as a leader, and what I have learned from it. As a leader, I found throughout my life, which was difficult, is to cop up the team together. That is the difficult part which I felt throughout my journey, when there are a lot of people who is under me. So I have to make sure the harmony and fair and justice happen to everybody, and care is given to everybody. So the justice maintaining throughout the journey was the difficult part which I have had. So that was the leadership journey, which should be there for everybody who is a good leader, who should be a listener, caretaker, who should have to go through the staff who is working under him, and to maintain the balance with every people who is working under him. So that was a difficult part which I was doing. Thank you.
Do we have time? Time?
One more.
Anyone interested? Fine. DTM. Right. Not DTM yet. Very nice. Alright. The question is, how do you think leadership in workplace differs from leadership in personal life? I repeat myself. How do you think leadership in workplace differs from leadership in personal life?
A leader is one who turns vision into realities, was once said by Warren Buffett. Good evening, dignitaries in the house, Toastmasters and guests. Leadership in personal life and leadership at the workplace. It's going to be like leadership at work or leadership at Toastmasters. In Toastmasters, you have to take your whole year. It's a 1 year progress that you keep on leading with by example. Take up roles, speak, and that's where you get the confidence. You work as a team with the XCOM. At work, it's totally different. You need to ensure there's a work-life balance as well. Besides ensuring, you have to ensure that the vision of the team is met. You have to ensure that it becomes a reality. I was fortunate enough to be a leader of an accounting team which had a vision of completing the audit in record time. And yes, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it, perseverance, and the vision was to complete it within 2 months, which was not a norm in the past of the company. But yes, we made it a reality with continuous meeting up. Team management is very important. However, in Toastmasters, it's every 14 days compared to every day you see the same person. So that's how leadership can be different in both. Leadership in Toastmasters versus leadership at the workplace. At the end, all places, it is teamwork that makes dream work. Thank you and all.
In fact, we come to the
Now we come to the end of the table topics. Yeah.
Timer. Yeah. Let's have the timers report.
Yeah. First of all, DTM Rajan sir took 1 minute and 42 seconds. He is qualified. Secondly, our guest Riaz, he took 1 minute and 49 seconds, also qualified. Third one was Sunita ma'am, took 1 minute and 53 seconds. Fawaz, our new Toastmaster Fawaz, 1 minute 7 seconds. And our regional one
Area director.
Okay. He also took 1 minute and 35 seconds, so all are qualified.
All right. So all are qualified. We can go for the voting. You can scan this barcode and get into the Mentimeter. If you need Wi-Fi, we can give the Wi-Fi details also for the. You all managed to get it? Warren sir, you can type www.menti.com. The other camera. Take the other camera.
The score is wrong?
No, that is wrong.
You can just scan. You just scan. What's the? Want me to scan?
Yeah, code is wrong. Code wrong.
Oh, to go there and scan.
No, you can scan and scan.
From here to here. Why it's not 547?
Number that.
Meeting code is wrong, it seems.
No.
Your code. Okay.
No.
Why is?
Ignore this part. Focus on this.
Scan, just scan.
Just scan it.
Yeah, scanning is working.
Done? Last slide. last one. So next style of leadership is coaching style leadership. See, coaching style leaders tend to lead through advice and guidance. I'll give one of the example of my first manager. When I joined Hilti back in 2007, my first leader, he given the business card, and he said the business card got a value. As long as Ananthu is carrying this business card, you are representing Hilti. So whatever you do, whatever you speak, it's on behalf of Hilti. When you don't have this business card, that means when you leave this company, people may not respect you as when you are carrying this business card. So if the same people wants to respect you or behave you on the same way while you are carrying the Hilti business card, you need to be a empathetic a leader or an empathetic sales guy. So I move with that advice. It was one of the best advice, or I think it was one of the first advice I got it from a manager, and I still carry that advice with me. So he was a kind of like a coaching style leader. I just wanted to give an example of that coaching style leader for you to understand what is exactly the coaching style leadership. With this, let me call up the next important section. The leaders require feedback. With the feedback only we will structure. We'll make the structures to grow up. And for giving the feedbacks or evaluations, we have Toastmaster Karthik Shiva. For evaluating Toastmaster Abdul Wahab. Let me welcome Toastmaster Karthik Shiva. Although Karthik Shiva was ready to give the evaluation a couple of minutes back, but he's here. His favorite leader is MS Dhoni, and the style of leadership is trusting the team. So, Toastmaster Karthik Shiva, the stage is yours. All the way to us.
Esteemed Toastmasters and guests, very good evening.
Good evening.
What a brilliant speech. I was really impressed by the way you presented. First of all, kudos to you for choosing a very sensible and a very peculiar topic, global warming. So that is much required for today's society. So first of all, I would like to start the merits, the positive things which you carried in your speech. First is you commenced with a question that was really brilliant. So do you know how much temperature is rising every year? So it was a very brilliant question. You started with a question so that you can connect with the audience in a very broader way. It was very nice. Second thing is before you commenced your speech, you gave a summary what we can expect throughout your speech. You had a lot of sections which you told before what we can expect while you're giving a speech. That was very, very nice. And the best thing which I liked about your speech is the bar graph. So which had data for almost a decade, and then the bar graph seems to be in an incremental way, and it was quite alarming to see the rise of the rise of 2 degrees Celsius in last year. It was pretty much alarming. And then you have made lot of research that was pretty much evident in your speech. You had given information for every 1.5 degree increase in temperature and their coherence to the irreversibility, wherein we are exceeding the elastic limit, we are going to the plasticity. You have given a very good example. And I was really surprised, you haven't used any kind of reference material. You didn't refer to any kind of material. So that was very nice. So coming over to the feedbacks, so I have some small suggestions which you could improve in your next speech. So you can use pause after your question. You started with a question, you didn't give any pause for the audience to respond. So what you can do is, you can wait for the audience to respond. They might give some infeeds, some might tell 3 degree or 4 degree. Then you can give your output. So next thing is, like you used very little amount of fillers, maybe for one or twice in your speech. That was pretty much good. Then the third thing is stage utilization. In most of your speech, you are standing over here. So what I will suggest is you can utilize the whole stage. And the next thing is gestures. Like while presenting the slide, your hand was there in the pocket. And I could able to sense that on the other side as well. Then your eye contact. You can possibly try to make eye contact throughout the room. You are eccentric towards that point or sometimes towards this point. That's it. There is no much things. You doesn't seem to look like a seasonal speaker. And keep it up. Thank you. Over to you.
Let's give a great round of applause to Karthik. Karthik is relatively a new Toastmaster. I think
First time
first evaluation. Yes. As well as I don't think you complete your level 1, right?
Level 1 last project.
Last project.
Great, man. Great. Yeah. The last. The last style of leadership is affiliative leadership style. What is what is advantage or what they what these kind of leaders usually behave like they lead through relations. They keep going kind of like a relations with the team members or the people working along with them and drive the business or drive the team. One way this is good because people will be having a kind of like affections towards the leader and lead, and it is easy to reach the goals in a shorter period. But the problem is, you cannot take a decision irrespective of biased way. That's a problem with this kind of a leadership style. With this, let me call up the next evaluator, Toastmaster Rajesh Krishna. It's not Rajesh Kumar, it's Rajesh Krishna. Alright, so Toastmaster Rajesh Krishna, his favorite leader is APJ Abdul Kalam, as he mentioned earlier, and his favorite leadership quality is communicating clearly and taking the decision instantly. Toastmaster Rajesh Krishna will be evaluating Toastmaster Mohammad Shafi, sweet spot. All the very best for you. Thank you.
So the ball was hit out of the park. So when I hear the word sweet spot, that's the only thing that comes to my mind. So what's the sweet spot? Sweet spot is the best part of a cricket bat that can hit the ball so that it goes maximum distance. So Shafir, you did hit the ball out of the park today. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and good evening, Shafir. So it was an excellent speech that you have done today. Why it hit the sweet spot? Now, do you all think that he was well prepared?
Yes.
So it was well prepared because that was very evident in the topics that you have done. The speech was well structured, so that means it was organized. When it is well researched and well organized, right, it could conclude that you have achieved the objective of the speech. You started with a statement, so that actually hooked everyone to what the speech is going to be. You inspired most of the people here to start or venture into their own business. That was the whole purpose of the speech that I could understand. You went through the EEE test. That was an educational session for all of us. What is a EEE test? Then you went into what is the basic human needs that we can fulfill by actually venturing into business ventures that we like, and having a successful money-making model out of all this. So these are the things that actually inspired me to get me glued into the speech. So you have utilized the space well in the podium that you have used. You have also made the correct eye contact that I could see. Yeah. Even though you tried to hit the ball out of the park, the ball did not cross all over the line, it fell and went for a boundary. That means there are few areas of improvement that we can actually use to make it hit it out of the park and make it for the maximum. These are the what I have actually noted down so that you could improve on the same speech. Even though there was hand gesture, the hands were coming in at the end and clasping. That has been a repeated thing that I noticed. You clasp, the hands goes up and you clasp again. That is something that you can consciously avoid during the next speech. Even though it was structured and you had researched it well, it would have been great if you could have included a personal anecdote to the story. So a challenge that you have faced in starting your own business, or take somebody else's, or your friend or an acquaintance who have started their own business and has overcome a challenge to run a successful business, would have been excellent, so that we could have taken a personal anecdote from it. And it also showed that since you did not have the same confidence as the old Shakir that I know in doing his previous speeches, is that it was not practiced well. So next time, if you could practice well and add anecdote and focus on storytelling a bit more, it would be an excellent speech next time. So that's what I have for you. Overall, it was an excellent speech, and all the best to you. Over to you.
That was a seasoned Toastmaster evaluation. Let's move into the next section. What is the timer's report?
The first evaluator, Toastmaster Karthik Shiva, took 3 minutes 24 seconds.
Okay.
He was on the verge of disqualification.
But eventually he managed.
The second evaluator, Toastmaster Rajesh Krishna, he also passed the 3 minutes and covered 16 seconds also. So he's also qualified.
Both are qualified, right? So we'll go for the voting now.
Code is this.
Code is big. Code is big. You can scan it easily. Thank you, President.
If you can go from there.
Yeah. You don't want to scan me.
Scan your credit card.
Done? So let's move.
I know. But it's
Alright. So let's move to the next section. Word Master's report. For that, let me call up Toastmaster Abhay. Yeah, I can say it from here.
So word of the day, today used 2 times only.
Okay.
One time Karthik used and one time.
More than that.
Okay. 2 times.
Okay, more than that. I counted 4.
We clapped this.
It's okay.
You were meticulously counting.
Yeah, he was not meticulously counting it.
You were meticulously.
Too much you say.
However, it's okay. It's okay, Abhay. But let's give a great round of applause to Abhay. As I mentioned initially, Abhay is relatively new Toastmaster. This is his second meeting, and in first meeting out, he is taking 80 of the roles. It's very good. Okay, let me call up somebody who is going to grip me with the R counters. I know that I'll be using more kilobytes than anybody else in the room. So let me call up the R counter report from Toastmaster Jaishankar.
I am not going in meticulously in detail, and I'm not going to say person wise.
Yeah.
In the speaker level, there are only 6 R and 1 I'm not mentioning the name. Then in the table topic master, there are around 10 R and 2 Okay. Then you are the winner of the pillars. Yeah. You use several R, several and you have repeated some words like the.
Alright. That's all?
That's all.
That's all for today. Thank you, Toastmaster Jaishankar. was an eye opener. In fact, he said, during the break, he come up to me and said, "You are using enough. Stop it. Your count is over." All right. Okay. Let's move into the grammarian report. For that, we have our seasoned Toastmaster Jaya. Let's welcome Toastmaster Jaya. Toastmaster Jaya, stage is yours.
My leader?
I didn't remember.
Okay. It's Indrani.
Indrani, yeah.
Autocratic leader.
Autocratic.
Yeah. So, a very good evening to our area director, esteemed Toastmaster, and guest. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. So I'll start with the chords, thoughts, and words and sayings that I like. I love that there are 3 chords used today. First by Toastmaster President Karunakaran, Colin Powell. There is no secret to success. It's a result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. The next one was the best way to predict future is to create it. I think it's used by Ananthu, but like Shafir, you do not say who, not quote that person. So next time maybe that'll be great. The other one was used by our area director by Baron Buffet. It's a great way of improving your speech that all of you memorize 2-3 quotes so that you can use now and then. And there have been great sayings, very good words that has been used. First one, empathetic approach, then unsolicited, delegate, ranting and raving, harmony and fair justice. I love all the words. And I love the saying, why are you barking when you have dogs? I might use it a lot. And then I loved when Shafir used triads. Experience, expertise, empathy, hard work, dedication, passion. It also adds more quality to your speech. And then I like the saying and phrases, teamwork makes dream work, which fish in the small pond is born out of the part. And when you go to the suggestions for improvements for all of us, first we should think that this is a platform where we have this training is to sound professional and credible. So when you use non-native words like ahimsa, you think of the audience here and explain what is the meaning of it in English, so non-violence. So now there are more Asians, but they can, so keep in mind. And all of us, what we should focus is on to improve our pronunciation skills, because not only just to sound posh or English, just for that everyone to understand. Because if we improve that, and for that you have to listen a lot of e-books or a lot of audio books or podcasts. That way, listen. Podcast you listen.
Watch movies.
Okay, so with subtitles, that's good, and so that native tone will reduce, and so that you will be more professional looking and more credible. So this is something we should all do it, and with the speech preparation and TMOD script, you have to have simple sentences. I found that most sentences are very complex and long, and you tend to forget. And towards the end of sentence, you are running so fast, and it's not visible the word that you are saying at the end. So and also you have to make sure that your sentences are clear, because I felt like it's just one paragraph during the first thing. So you make sure that your sentence structure is simple and you speak with good volume towards the end. Okay. So these are the suggestions from the grammarian. Hope we'll all succeed.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. So with this, I felt I'm feeling like all of you might have a clear understanding about the different leadership styles. Leadership is not something that you learn it today and tomorrow you are going to practice it. You become a successful leader. It will not be like that. Leadership is a journey of a bridge called trust from commitment to deliverance. With this, you will be going to be a great leader.